Welcome back, Focus Learner, to another explainer. Okay, picture this for a second, because it sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it is literally happening right now in federal court. Imagine logging into your work computer one morning, only to realize that your entire employment fate, whether you keep your job or get fired, wasn't decided by your manager or even HR. It was decided by a machine. Today, we're breaking down a massive legal blow that just hit Meta, and it's all about this really intense concept, the automation of blame.
So let's dive into this. Can an algorithm actually decide who gets fired? As artificial intelligence gets woven into the fabric of everyday corporate life, we really have to stop and ask, can, or honestly should, an algorithm make the call on who stays and who goes? And, maybe more importantly, if that algorithm ends up making a discriminatory choice, who is left holding the bag?
Here's how we're breaking this down today. First, the Meta layoff lawsuit, then how the AI actually selected employees, the targeting of protected leaves, Mark Zuckerberg's billions in AI, and finally, can AI take the blame? Real quick, before we plunge into all this heavy legal stuff, do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and share this explainer. It really helps us out.
All right, Section 1, the Meta layoff lawsuit stemming from a major Northern District of California filing. To really wrap our heads around the scale of what we're looking at today, we have to start with this massive number, 8,000. Earlier this year, Meta, the giant parent company behind Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, did a sweeping company-wide workforce reduction of about 8,000 employees.
But here's the wild part. Out of that massive 8,000-person layoff, just 26 workers have stepped forward to bring this specific federal lawsuit. Basically, these 26 plaintiffs are taking on a massive corporate giant, alleging that the entire process behind those layoffs was fundamentally, legally flawed.
Now, what's absolutely crucial here is their core allegation. The lawsuit explicitly claims that Meta did not assemble this termination list through the considered judgment of managers who actually knew the work of the employees. Instead, the plaintiffs are alleging that human oversight was basically thrown out the window, bypassed entirely in favor of machines.
Which brings us to Section 2, how AI selected these employees using what's called a constellation of systems.
So, you might be wondering, if a human manager isn't making the final call, how did this actually work? Well, the plaintiffs allege Meta used a constellation of internal artificial intelligence systems. And guys, this wasn't just some simple Excel spreadsheet. The lawsuit claims the company combined AI performance ratings with highly granular keystroke data and activity monitoring. So essentially, they're alleging that this extensive, almost hyper-focused surveillance system was used to pinpoint exactly who to lay off.
According to the suit, the AI followed a super rigid step-by-step logic. Step 1, score the employees based on all those tracking metrics. Step 2, rank them against everybody else. Step 3, automatically select the lowest-ranking individuals and put them on the termination list. It was allegedly this completely sterilized, automated pipeline going straight from data collection right to the unemployment line.
Moving down to Section 3, targeting protected employee leaves, specifically looking at maternity and disability accommodations.
Okay, this is where the allegations shift from just being a debate about, corporate coldness into the territory of serious civil rights violations. To really grasp this, we need to be clear on what protected leave actually is. It's legally mandated time off and accommodations provided to employees for things like maternity leave or a recognized disability. It is a fundamental right designed to make sure workers don't lose their livelihoods just because life happens, right?
And this is where things get heavy. The plaintiffs allege that this AI scoring system completely failed to account for those legal protections. In fact, the lawsuit claims the algorithm disproportionately selected employees who took protected leave. They are arguing that by relying purely on raw activity and keystrokes, with literally zero human context, the AI effectively punished these workers for exercising their legal right to take time off in the first place.
So, we really have to ask ourselves, is it possible for an AI to bypass legal protections? Can a blind algorithm accidentally commit a civil rights violation just because it doesn't understand human context? It's a fascinating, honestly, kind of scary question for the future of work. By the way, if you are finding this explainer helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss out on these deep dives.
Let's zoom out a bit for Section 4, Zuckerberg's billions in AI and this massive financial pivot.
To understand why these incredibly aggressive automated systems might be in place, we have to look at Mark Zuckerberg's mandate to integrate AI into literally every facet of Meta.
and this brilliantly illustrates the sheer scale we're talking about. The source notes that Meta is expected to spend between $115 and $135 billion on AI this year alone. Guys, that is nearly double the company's total capital expenditure from last year. They are pouring a mind-boggling amount of money into this tech, and allegedly really pushing their employees to use as much of it as humanly possible.
Commentators in the source material draw a really interesting parallel here. You guys probably remember the whole metaverse pivot, right? Zuckerberg renamed the entire company and pushed this aggressive marketing campaign, even when the public was pretty skeptical. Well, today, the AI pivot is even bigger. He's spending more on AI than he ever did on the metaverse. We're talking unyielding marketing, forced internal adoption, and even AI data centers popping up in residential neighborhoods. It's an incredibly aggressive, full-throttle push from a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Finally, Section 5. Can AI take the blame? Looking at the legal and ethical accountability.
This brings us right down to the overarching ethical implications. This is really the ultimate test for corporate America right now. The source raises a huge concern that aggressive corporate AI adoption might be used as a loophole to circumvent U.S. discrimination laws. But commentators draw a very hard line here. They emphasize that it is still the company's job to ensure that people are protected and laws are followed, no matter how shiny or advanced the tech is that manages those human lives.
So the crucial point is, imagine a massive company standing in a federal courtroom and basically saying, hey, well, our HR department didn't target people for this stuff. The algorithm got them. Actually, scratch that. It's not an excuse. You can't just pass the buck to an AI system that your own corporation built and deployed. Using AI as a legal shield to skirt around discrimination laws would set a completely dangerous precedent.
Which leaves us with this massive, lingering question. If an AI breaks the law, who is ultimately responsible? Is it the programmer who built it, the CEO who mandated it, or the algorithm itself? How this case shakes out in the Northern District of California could literally write the rulebook for how every single company uses AI moving forward. What do you guys think about this? Let us know down in the comments. And as always, to keep learning and unpacking these complex topics with us, make sure to like this explainer, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe to the channel. We will catch you in the next one.